I think if somebody made a TV show and had Eric Mower as the central character, people would say, this guy is too good to be really believable. I mean, he is the real deal.
He's a wonderful human being.
Eric is a very principled man.
He listens first.
He's a very successful entrepreneur.
Patience, grace, and a very even keel.
His organization has to be one of the best places to work.
When Advertising Age named us one of the 10 best advertising agency workplaces in America in 2012 and again the last year in 2014, it was a great source of pride for us. And it's a reminder really of a very simple fact that the better the workplace, the happier the workplace, the better that organization is going to do, and we were very proud to be recognized.
Through Eric's own example, he has created a culture where people have a reasonable degree of autonomy.
And because he listens, he's able to provide better answers, better advice.
I've been with Eric for 40 years, and I saw from the very beginning that Eric had his eye always on the horizon, being in multiple markets, being more than an ad agency, having a public relations capability.
We started out with one office in Syracuse. We're 9 offices now. Our newest offices in New York and Boston and Cincinnati and Charlotte.
One of our clients was the Buffalo Sabres, and we went to dinner and a game, and one of the people on the client side said, "So Eric, what sports do you like?" And he said, "Business is my sport."
Over the course of many years, I've had a lot of fun in this business. I recall certainly Hathaway shirts, famous for being the man in the eye patch, created by David Ogilvy in the early 1950s. We had won it in the 70s because I told the prospective client that they were nuts not to use the man in the eye patch. It was distinctive and all that. About a year after the campaign began, I got this letter from David Ogilvy from his chateau in France, writing to him. And as I recall the note, he said, "It was a brilliant campaign, and it was brilliant that you brought it back."
I think Eric is a true role model in the industry because he works hard, he cares about his people, but he also cares about the next generation, who's coming up, what can he leave as a legacy, and how can he help them be better?
I've chaired the Advertising Self-Regulatory Council for about 8 years now, served on their board for about 15 years total. And I enjoy it for a very specific reason, because the Advertising Self-Regulatory Council, working hand in hand with the Federal Trade Commission, identifies advertising that ought not to be running in the marketplace and does something about it.
Really, over the course of 20 years, Eric has been instrumental in moving advertising self-regulation from a very modest beginning to the leadership of the world in terms of the way we deliver advertising.
There are literally hundreds of executives in our industry who've worked with him, met him, seen him, have been helped by the work he's done, and it's just created a very durable legacy.
You cannot overestimate the ability of some people to do the wrong thing.
Well, when I think about Eric Mower, I think of the notion of corporate social responsibility and individual social responsibility.
I just don't see how you can operate a business and not look at the world around you and wonder, what can I do to help make the world better?
Several years ago, we initiated what we call EMA's Day of Caring. And each EMA office takes a day where the whole office shuts down and goes out into the community and chooses a non-for-profit to support in some way.
I am a native of Central New York, and Eric Mower has, and Judy by his side, has quietly shaped this entire community. And the fabulous thing about Eric and giving back is he does not want recognition.
When I think about how SU contributed to my success, I have to say that I came to SU as a know-nothing, and I left SU as a know-something. SU gave me the tools to think, to look at the world with a lens that I never would have had otherwise. So when I think about Syracuse University, I think of a very big IOU.
Eric is probably a role model for what a really engaged and philanthropically minded alum should be. He guides his philanthropy in a way that really helps us to achieve preeminence.
The Eric Mower Advertising Forum has turned into probably a national premier speaker series.
Eric, thank you.
He wants to put the department's name on the map. So the commitment is right there.
My own organization has many SU internships every semester, every year, for many years in a row. Whenever I have an opportunity to help a recent graduate make a vocational connection and get that first step in their career, you gotta feel good.
He has probably launched 100 careers or more, and I know that he keeps in touch with many of them, and they become lifelong mentor relationships.
The greatest gift Syracuse University gave me is my wife, Judy. We met at SU because I know that she's changed my life. She's made me a better person. Now with 47 years under my belt, I think the more you give, the better things are in life.
He's just got a set of values about corporate responsibility, about the way that you treat employees, about the way that you handle your clients' money. It's resulted in strong financial performance and a lot of very enduring client relations.
I always thought Eric would have been a great mayor for the city of Syracuse, and I still wish he would run for that.
Class. He is, in everything he does, the very definition of class.